Brandon's Super Cub. It's actually Brandon's brother's, or PA Hereford's. And I think that Super Cub is going to get backed in here at the corner. This may get put with my chair and the 122. And then the table is probably going to get turned in between them. This has a bad coil on it, and I'll do a separate video. The right hand coil is bad. And these Super Cubs, especially the ones with the firewall, to get to the coils, which are back here on top of the engine shroud, which some of these you can actually look down in and see. But anyhow, you got to pull the firewall out, pull the battery tray, and kind of like tip it back. Then you can take the bolts out for the engine shroud and slide it back and do the coil. It's a pain in the butt. I've done it before. So basically, Brandon doesn't have the time. So I want to see if you can look down in here and see it. Don't lose the pieces, especially on my camera. I can't tell without a light. So, you guys can kind of see the wire down in there, I think, the white. But that is the coil. It's funny, you can see the one that has problems, but not the other one. So, it runs on one cylinder. And, yeah. So, hashtag Super Cub problems. So, anywho's. And that rototiller, I haven't done a video on or taken a picture of it or anything. This family friends. He hit some wire in his garden, turned it on side, cut the wire out, wouldn't start. I found the spark plug was fouled, and I replaced the spark plug, and it seems good to go now. I'm going to blow the air filter out. So, but we'll go back to him. So, all right, guys, I'm going to clean up here after engine night. And we'll go from there. Alright, boys. Here's going to be this project. I forgot the tiller was running out here. So this is a Super Cub with a command in it. I'll have to look it up and see what the number is because the hood sides are missing. I would think this would be like a 2084. I could be wrong on that, I'll have to look that up. But anyhow, I think as you guys can hear, it's only running on this left-hand cylinder when it gets warm. It was actually sitting out here idling for about 10 minutes and run on both cylinders, but the right-hand cylinder is dead when it gets warm. It's an 18 horsepower command. So maybe it'd be an 1884. I don't know, like I said, I gotta look that up, but it's actually a pretty nice Cub. Really not all beat up. Still got the original rear tires on it yet. I like the ice chains. Nice touch. Here's, I can tell it didn't leak any hydraulic oil while it's sitting in the shop overnight. So, I'm going to pull this in order to get to them coils, the firewall has to come out, and this back shroud has to slide back. It only needs to come back like that far, but in order to do it, all this has to come apart. So, without further ado, I think we're going to try and handle that. I think on a command, the shroud will slide over top of the flywheel screen, so I don't think I have to mess with the drive shaft, unless I want to physically take this out of here. And this firewall is actually two pieces. You can unbolt it here. It'll come out with the battery tray. The only thing attached to the battery tray is the time delay modules for when you come off the seat and the PTO's on, so it shuts off. I'm 80% sure that's what them are. So, alright, I think I got a spot cleaned out in the shop for this. I'll back it out because it's going to be in here for a good hot minute anyhow. and I want to lay my eyes on this coil before I go and order one. That way I make sure I get the right coil, and we'll go from there. Alrighty, guys. Here's a good before. You can definitely hear the dead cylinder now. So, alright. Spin me right round, baby, right round. Alright, I'm probably going to put the camera down so I don't hit anything. And I'll be back with you guys. Alright guys, I gotta apologize. Whenever I tore this apart, I didn't have the camera out here, so I just took it apart. But pretty much, and this may be a later model, I'm not 100% sure, but on this one the firewall breaks in half, so I was able to take that off, unbolt that, and unbolt the battery tray, pull that back, pull the firewall back and unbolt it, and I was able to unbolt the shroud, unbolt the fuel pump, and I took the air cleaner cover off just to make it easier. And we get into that right hand coil, no problem. So where did I lay that coil at now? I thought it was here. Ah. Did I really lose that coil? Ah, dang it. It's on the footrest. Oh, it's on the footrest, okay. I swear I laid it on the table, but I guess not. Anyhow, I look this coil over and nothing jumps out at me externally, being anything wrong, so I got another new coil coming when that shows up. Put this back on, and until then, this tractor can sit here and not lose any of the bolts. The way I do stuff is not the way everybody else does stuff, so basically any supercritical bolts I put back in, and if I take it off the left hand side, it goes on the left running board. If I take it off the right hand side, it goes off the right running board. If it comes off the top or is something special, it goes back in the air cleaner bolts. So that's what I got going on, and somebody has been into this before, because the bolt on the other side down below the starter was not in it. And this also has one of the relay upgrades in this thing. If it sees any voltage at all, it will engage the starter solenoid. That's a big problem with the older zero turns or tractors altogether. I don't remember if that was my hand turn or not. Doesn't look like it. I think that's been there. So, anyhow, I still haven't looked up to see what Super Cub this is. Add it to my list. So, anyhow, get the new parts in. I'll bring you guys back. Alright boys, I got the coil in. This is an eBay special, so we'll see what happens. The only thing I see different is the plug wire comes out here instead of back there. I don't see that being a big issue as long as the bolt holes line up and I can get the gap braid on the flywheel magnets, which a little bit of a pain with the cover in the road, but it saves you, I don't know, at least another half hour, 45 minutes of yanking the motor out. And this cover will slide back a lot more. I just didn't do it. I don't see no reason to. So, anyhow, I'm going to get the coil on and get the gap set. I got to find a business card and we'll go from there. Alright boys, I got everything. I got the shroud bolted back on. Don't have any of this put back together. It should have nothing to do with it running. Just want to start it up, make sure it runs on both sides. So here we go. seems like it's running good, so I am going to bolt everything else back in, put the air filter back on, battery tray, and the firewall, and then we'll go from there. Alright, boys and girls, so quick recap. New coil. Seems to start and run good. I've actually ran it around a good bit. I've actually had 2 conversations, made $100 and bought a tractor and a snowblower since I talked to you guys last, which has been about an hour. So, anyhow, runs nice and full on both cylinders, so it's got a little bit of a spin to it, but that could be a top part of it. So, PA here, Ford's brother's tractor, all fixed up, ready to go. That's it for this one, guys. Catch you over the next one. Later. Who knows what in the world we'll be working on. A little bit of a teaser. Hopefully this thing. I want to be done with this thing. I've been working on it for months. Well, I've been working on it. We've been working on it. That's why. So anyhow, later, guys.